Good afternoon. Oh, frankly English, hello. I think you're in Japan, I think. Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Mloizou. Miss Quick, hello. Nice to have you back. Hal, hello. Just while we're gathering, I'll show you where I am. I'm looking out of my car. Hello, Cork Painter. Hello, John Gilroy. Welcome from Glanmire, John Gilroy. KEJAS 22. Am I right about Japan? I am, aren't I? You are an English teacher in Japan? I'm very keen to. Oh, great. Well, those of you who are interested in Japan, connect with Frankly English. And in Tokyo, right. Even better to know where the person is. I mean, you might have been in one of the other places. This is my mobile studio. Ah, Madzu B. This is where we first met, while sitting in the car outside here? Right. The idea, for those of you who have never been here for a poetry reading before, oh, it's almost midnight, right. Yes, that's right. God, thank goodness you made that connection quicker than me. Of course you would, Miss Quick, wouldn't you? Yeah, two people who teach English to people. Okay, what I'm going to do is to read a poem to you from a collection of poems written by a guy called Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is an American poet, born in 1819, and any other date you ever heard me say was wrong, 1819, and he died in 1892. And I think it'd be fair to say he's my favourite poet, and in my opinion, the most influential American poet of all time. And this is a poem by him in a collection called Drum Taps, and it's all part of a much bigger collection called Leaves of Grass. So I'm going to move the phone. Actually, I'm going to put the phone, say hello to people. Let me see if I can possibly hold that there while I read. Yeah, that's what I'll do, sitting in the car. Right. Okay. I think I'm even going to open the window. No, complicated business opening the window. I have to turn on the engine. Look, here we go, because my daughter will be finished her riding lesson, which is that way, in a few minutes. And so by Walt Whitman, the great American poet, a poem called As Toilsome I Wandered Virginia's Woods. Virginia would be a state in the United States, wouldn't it? As toilsome I wandered Virginia's woods, to the music of rustling leaves kicked by my feet, for 'twas autumn. I marked at the foot of a tree the grave of a soldier, mortally wounded he, and buried on the retreat. Easily all could I understand. The halt of a midday hour, when up, no time to lose, yet this sign left, on a tablet scrawled, and nailed on the tree by the grave: bold, cautious, true, and my loving comrade. Long, long I muse, then on my way go wandering, many a changeful season to follow, and many a scene of life. Yet at times, through changeful season and scene, abrupt, alone, or in the crowded street, comes before me the unknown soldier's grave, comes the inscription rude in Virginia's woods: bold, cautious, true, and my loving comrade. Now what would that be like to have on your grave, on your tombstone? Bold, cautious. They appear to be contradictory, don't they? Bold, cautious, true and my loving comrade. Isn't that a wonderful few words which to sum up the complexity of a human's life? Well, that's the poem As Toilsome I Wandered Virginia's Woods. Very honest. Yeah, very honest. You know that in Ireland the word bold has a different meaning from the meaning of bold in the UK. The meaning I grew up with for bold was naughty. So you were told as a child, don't be bold, don't be bold. So it was a kind of a surprise when I learned that there's another meaning of bold. Courageous, brave, as Frankly English says, yes. And it's an interesting word in Ireland for the reason that both meanings exist. Yeah, bold as in rebellious. Yeah, I suppose you could say bold as in rebellious, yes. Although, yeah, rebellious and naughty, they're all pretty like synonyms, aren't they, really? Nissi N, welcome, welcome. You're very welcome. Frankly English has just invited followers. Now that, I actually think that when somebody invites their followers, the Weimar sketch, welcome back, thanks for coming again. But I think it's I personally get a big fillip when somebody invites their followers. I think it's like you don't want to invite your followers to a boring party or to something that is a real mess, unless they're all into mess. But I do think it's, Frankly English says, can we say a woman is bold as in independent? Yes, we can say that. There's a character in Irish history called Granuaile. Oh, you bought Mary Oliver? Looked up Mary Oliver? Oh, wow, Mary Oliver is... right. Paul must read more poetry now. Okay, I'm going to read one bit, and that's one more piece. This is a much shorter poem by Walt Whitman, and I'll have to go after this poem, so this is a pure gift. And Mammy and Kenji are two of my followers that study English. Well, Mammy and Kenji, if you're here or will see this repeated, you're very, very welcome. Nissi, thank you so much for inviting your followers. Right, it's 16:02, the lesson finishes in a minute. So here we go, the poem by Walt Whitman called Not the Pilot. Not the pilot has charged himself to bring his ship into port, though beaten back and many times baffled. Not the pathfinder penetrating inland weary and long, by deserts parched, snows chilled, rivers wet, preserves till he reaches his destination. More than I have charged myself, heeded or unheeded, to compose a march for these states, for a battle call, rousing to arms if need be, years, centuries hence. A poem called Not the Pilot, very short one, by Walt Whitman, from his collection Drum Taps, written during the American Civil War between 1861 and 1865. It's Paul O'Mahony thanking you all very, very much for coming. For Zitaz thank you very much for coming. Thank you all for sharing this with your friends. I'm very grateful, and I look forward to continuing the journey on with Walt Whitman. Thank you very much. Bye bye.